Guys, in this video I will show you how to add Google two-factor authentication in Laravel 12 starter kit. So let's get started with an example. So first of all, what I will do, I will download fresh Laravel 12 application. So I will say Laravel new, okay, and it will ask for the project name. So I will say Google 2FA, okay, and then it will ask which starter kit you want to use. I will choose Livewire and I will choose built-in authentication system and paste for the testing framework. So let's wait a moment to download fresh Laravel 12 application with the starter kit. It is also asking me to install npm, so I will say yes and run npm build as well. So let's wait a moment to install. Okay, now let me go Google 2FA and let me clear it, okay, and let me open the project to my VS Code editor. So let me go and open folder, okay, go to www Laravel 12 and there is a Google 2FA. Okay, now let me go to the env and let's set up the database. So by default Laravel 12 using SQLite, so I am going to use MySQL, and then let me change the configuration. So let me comment it out and Laravel 12 auth that I've already created the database, and then you can see here I need to set the password. User is root, password is root. Save. Now let me run the migration. Artisan migrate and migration run. Let me go to the table plus and let me refresh. You can see that all the tables coming properly over here. Next, what I will do, let me run the application. Okay, so I will say php artisan serve. Let me go here and I will say localhost, and you can see that there is a registration. So let me register one user here. So I will say Hardik Savani, and here let me add email address. So I will keep remember. And create account. Okay, so you can see that now create account properly over here. Now what we will do, go to the settings. Here I'm going to add, you can see profile, password and appearance. So here same thing, I want to add a new tab over here that's called Google 2FA settings, and where you can scan the QR code, and then like you can two-factor authentication you can do using the Google 2FA. So for that we are using the package Google 2FA Laravel. So you can see this package, and this composer package provide how can you generate the secret and QR code, and then you can add the two-factor authentication. You can see here, and there is, you can see that you can publish configuration file, and then you can see that generate the secret key for our Google 2-factor authentication. Okay, and then if I go down, you can see that step by step they already provided how to call the middleware and how you can use the route middleware. Okay, how you can work with the QR code, and you can see all the things. Okay, so step by step we can go through. Okay, so first of all, what I will do, we will add a new column into the users table that's called, like we will call Google 2FA secret, and that secret we will store into the users table, and also we can determine user has a enable 2FA or not. Okay, so first of all I will create the migration, migrate, and I will say add Google 2FA secret column in users table. Okay, yeah, there is a mistake, migration not migrate, so let me change it. Yeah, now it's created new migration. So let me go to the database and go to the migration, and now you can see that there is a users table. So what I will do here, I will say table, and I will keep string data type. Okay, and then I will say Google 2FA underscore secret. Okay, and this column will be nullable. Okay, and save it. Okay, and now let me run the migration. Okay, so let me clear it. PHP artisan serve, sorry, migrate. Okay, migration run successfully. Let me go to the users table, and if I scroll down, you can see that over here Google 2FA secret column added over here. Okay, so now what is the next? So let me go here and copy this column. Let me close this file and go to the model, users model, and let me add it over here. Okay, Google 2FA secret, save it. Okay, and now what I will do, I will go to the composer over here into the GitHub and install the composer package. So let me go here and run the command. Okay, and hit enter. It will download it Google 2FA Laravel composer package. Okay, so let's wait a moment. Okay, that's it. Great. Okay, now let me run the application. PHP artisan sir. Okay, yeah, great. And now you can see that it's also asking for the publish config file. So let me copy this and let me run again the command. And now if I go here into the config, okay, there is a Google 2FA configuration file where you can enable, disable, and session lifetime and view and OTP, all the things, all the configuration that requires to you that you can do over there. Okay, so right now we are not doing anything, but that's fine for now. Okay, so let me run the application again and let me go here and refresh. Now here what we will do, I will create the new component over here and call Google 2FA over here, and there will be a QR code and settings over there. Okay, so let me go here and go to the routes, web routes, and it's already created routes for profile, settings, and appearance. So same thing I will do for 2FA. So I will say 2FA and same thing for the 2FA. Save it. Okay, now what I need to do, copy this route and go to the resource view component, and there is a setting layout they already created, and here I'm going to add new tab over here, Google 2FA, and here I will say Google 2FA. Okay, and save it. Okay, now let me go here, and it's not affected here, so let me keep npm run dev. So npm run dev, so I don't have to refresh every time. So let me go here, go to the refresh, and now you can see that there is a Google 2FA, and if I click on it, you can see that unable to find the component 2FA. Okay, so what I will do, go here, close this component, and here inside the live wire, inside the settings, I will create the new file that's called 2fa.blad.php. okay, and I will copy the appearance, okay, because that's very small. So copy this, and it will automatically include all the components and all the settings. Okay, so now here I will say Google 2FA. Okay, and save it, and let me remove this entire things. Okay, and I will just keep hi. Okay, save it. Now let me go here, you can see that there is already Google 2FA and just hi. Okay, now what I will do, inside the livewire component, I will define like how to display the QR code, and then also like you can scan it and verify it. Okay, so first of all I will define variable, so that's called public user variable. Okay, so authentication user we will take. Okay, and then also we will URL for QR code. Okay, QR code, and then I will create one function that's called mount function. That means when component will be loaded, at the time this function will be load. Okay, so I will say this user equal to auth helper, and I will get the current login user. Okay, after that what I will do, I will go to the again documentation over here, and let me go and scroll down. You can see that how we can create the container object. So copy this. Okay, and then I will take another variable that's called secret, and here we are going to generate the secret key. Okay, so copy this, and here I'm going to say generate secret key and store to the secret variable. Okay, so I will say this and secret key and save it. Okay, and here what I will do, I will create new div, and I will write some words over here, and that's word are like set up your two-factor authentication, and here is the secret. Okay, so let me go here and I will say secret, save it, and now let me go to the application. You can see that now set up your two-factor authentication by scanning the below barcode. Below alternative you can use the code, so that means you can open your Google two-factor authentication application and you can easily enter this code as well. Okay, and you can enable it, but we will also provide the option for the QR code. So what I will do, I will create this URL QR code equal to, and I am going to use Google 2FA variable, and there is a method that's called get QR code inline. So I will say inline. Okay, inside there what we need to do, pass, there is a 3 argument. Okay, first we need to pass this app name. Okay, so app name is right now Laravel, so I will say Laravel 12 video. I will keep, okay, and save it. I will say v, okay, just, and then I will take from the config, okay, and that's called app dot name. Okay, so it will be display in your two-factor authentication app. Then I will take email from the user object. Okay, so I will say user, and then what we generated secret, so that secret we will pass at the third argument secret. Okay, and then save it. Okay, so that means our QR code is displaying over here. Save it, and then this QR code I am going to use over here. Okay, so let me go here, and this is directly image, so I'm going to just say QR code. Okay, save it, and now let me go here and let me log in again. So we'll see login, page is expired, so let me refresh and let me log in again. Click on login, and yeah, now let me go here and go to the settings, go to the 2FA. You can see that you need to install service package or assign yourself to service use. So that means this package is not default providing for the QR code. So I'm going to use this QR code composer package, so that will be provide the option to generate the QR code. So let me go here and let me install that package. Okay, so let's wait a moment to install that package. Yes, install, and now let me run again the application, and now let me go here and just reload. You can see that now proper we have a QR code over here. Okay, let me make it light theme, and now you can see that now this is perfectly fine. Okay, so now you can scan this to your application and you can work with that. Okay, so next what I will do, when you scan this QR code, then also I will be verified. So double check if it's okay, then and then you can be like enable the application. Okay, so what I will do, I will create one form over here. Yeah, just remove the action. Okay, and then I will take one input, so I will take from the profile. So because Laravel 12 using flux input, so I'm going to use that one. So copy this, and here I'm going to just say OTP. Okay, and enter OTP for Google 2FA enable. Okay, and type will be the text, and rest all I will just remove it. Okay, save it. Okay, and then what I need to do, I will also add the button. Okay, so at the end I'm just copy the button from the profile. Okay, so copy and paste, just like a flux button, and then I'm not going to add any class, and simple I will just say verify, save it. Okay, and now let me go here and refresh. You can see over here enter OTP for Google 2FA. So basically you need to scan this, and then this secret will add to your Google wallet, and then you need to enter your OTP from there, so it will be verified. Okay, so let me make some spacing over here. So let me go here and I will say class ptop 3. Okay, save it. So now some spacing over here. Okay, and then also I'm going to space, so I will say class pt3, save it. Okay, so some spacing over here. Okay, now what I will do, I will take OTP over here. So let me go here $OTP, and then I am going to create via submit method, and that's called verify OTP. Okay, so that means when you click on submit, then it will call verify OTP methods. Okay, so let me create one function over here. Okay, and that's called verify OTP. Okay, and then let me remove this one. Okay, first of all I will add validate. Okay, and then let me go and I will say OTP that should be required. Okay, save it. Okay, and let me check it first, validation is working fine or not. Click on verify. You can see that OTP field is required over here. Okay, so if you enter the OTP, then it will check over here. Okay, and how can I check this? So I will use same thing. I will use to have Google two-factor authentication object. So I will say valid Google 2FA colon, there is a method that's called verify key. So I will say verify key, and first argument it will take this secret because we already stored. So first argument we need to pass the secret, and second argument will be pass the OTP. Okay, so it will store in valid. So if it's valid, then I will say valid. Then what we need to do? First we need to get the user object. So I will say user, and there is already we taken the column that's called Google2FA secret, and that secret I'm going to store inside the secret. Okay, like inside the Google2FA secret, and then I will save it. So I will say user save, and then return. I'm going to redirect to route, and I'm going to redirect to the dashboard. Okay, and then I will say with success, and I will say 2FA verified. Okay, save it. Okay, and now let me go to the dashboard blade file, and here I'm going to just print the session. Okay, right now, so I will say session. Okay, and then I will say success and dollar value. Okay, right now simple, just I'm adding over there, and let me go here. Okay, so what basically does, if it's verified, then it will save the secret to the our database. Okay, and then save it and then redirect to the dashboard. So save it. Okay, now if I go and refresh, you can see that new secret key over here. So let me scan to my authenticator app. Okay, so let me go here and scan it. So let's wait. So one moment, just scan it. Okay, and it's added, and now let me add the code. Okay, 260 and 535, and just verify it. Okay, you can see that 2FA is verified. Okay, and now let me go to the table plus and refresh it. You can see that there is a two-factor secret code is added over there. Okay, and now let me go again to the setting, Google two-factor. You can see that this secret is changing over there. Okay, so what I will do, I will go here, and here I'm going to check. Okay, if this user has Google secret, if there is, then what I need to do, copy this, that will take on, so it's not going to change every time. So what I will do, this user Google secret. Okay, it takes from there, otherwise it will generate new secret. Okay, so just copy and paste it. Okay, and just remove this space. Okay, save it. Okay, now you can see here, and let me go, and if I refresh it, that means I already have this secret, so it's not generating every time. So otherwise you need to scan every time. Okay, so this is really great. Okay, so you can see that now you can see like easily configuration from here. Okay, next I will create the middleware, so it will must check like after login. This is the register time, but when you log in, then must you have to enter the OTP. So what I will do, I will create one middleware. So I will say PHP artisan Mac middleware, and that will be a two-factor middleware. Okay, and you can see that it's created new middleware. So let me go here, HTTP and middleware, and you can see that over here. Okay, so first what I will check, first I will check if auth user has Google 2FA secret. That means if user has a enabled two-factor authentication. Okay, so you can see that it says undefined, so I will use auth, save it. Okay, and let me use the auth over here. So I will say auth, save it. Okay, so now you can see that if there is a enable two-factor secret, then what I will do, I will check if session variable, and that will be a Google 2FA. Okay, and if there is not found the session, then it will return. Okay, redirect to the route. Okay, so let me go and I will create new route that's called like auth.2fa. Okay, and save it. Okay, so that means in this middleware we are going to check if secret if two-factor authentication enable and session is not created, that means you need to verify or your 2fa. So let me go here and first of all I will create new route. Okay, so let me go here and let me create the route from here. Okay, so I will just copy from the vault. Okay, and I will copy this and I'm going to use the vault. So yeah, auth. Okay, and then I will say 2fa. Okay, and then you can see that I'm going to create new from the auth. Okay, so I will say auth folder. Okay, inside the auth I will create 2fa and here I will say auth.2fa, save it. Okay, so that means we created a new route over here and that's redirect to that. Okay, save it. Okay, and now let me register this middleware. Okay, save it and copy this. Okay, and go to the bootstrap app and here I'm going to register. Okay, so I will say middleware and then I will say alias. Okay, and then 2fa. Okay, and then let me use this over here. Okay, so I will say use two-factor middleware. Okay, so let me remove this, save it. So we already use over here. Okay, and let me semicolon it, save it. Okay, so that means we registered 2fa middleware over here. Okay, and now let me go to the route. Okay, and then for the dashboard I am going to add new route that's called 2fa and it's only for the dashboard. So now let me go here and let me run the application. So I will say php artisan sir. Okay, and now if I go to the dashboard, hit enter, you can see that it's redirect me on auth 2fa. So that means that session is not created at. Okay, so what we need to do here, we are going to add the screen where user will verify 2fa. Okay, so what I will do, I will go here and go to the auth and I will copy the login. Okay, so copy this one. Okay, and then I'm going to create new file and that's called 2fa.lat.php and copy this login file over here. Okay, and rest of all I'm going to remove. Okay, so let me take and register, that will be easy, paste it. Okay, and then I'm going to remove that I'm not going to use, remove this one. Okay, and then I will say I don't require this all, and yeah, and also I'm not going to require this all. Okay, so let me remove this and save it. Okay, now let me go here, you can see that there is saying two-factor account, so create account. So let me go here and change the title, I will say verify OTP, save it. Okay, and here I will say enter your OTP for Google 2fa. Okay, save it. You can see that verify OTP, enter OTP for Google two-factor authentication. Here is the name, but I'm going to change and that's called OTP, and name I will say OTP, tags required, and that's all fine, but I'm going to remove this one. And here I'm going to say enter OTP, save it. Okay, create account, I will change the name of the button, so that's called verify, save it. You can see that now perfect screen. So that means when you are going to the dashboard, it always redirect to the verify OTP screen. Okay, here you need to enter the OTP. Okay, so let me go here and I'm going to remove this space, and here is the registration, I will say verify OTP. Okay, save it, and I will change the name of the register, and here I'm going to change the variable name model, so I will keep OTP, and I just required for validation only for the OTP and keep the required only. Okay, if I found the required, that means I need to use, let me remove this. Okay, and then what I will do, I will use valid. Okay, if it's valid, okay, then what I need to do, Google 2FA. Okay, what we already does over here. Okay, so let me go to the 2FA. You can see that we check the secret key like this way. So let me copy this. Okay, and go to this 2FA. You can see that here we are passing the secret. So how can we get the secret? So I will take secret from the user. So let me go and I will say auth user, and then I will say Google two-factor, and here you can see that second argument I am going to pass OTP. Okay, and if it's valid, then what we need to do, we need to just redirect to dashboard and OTP is verified, so paste it. And if it's not valid, then here just I will say not working. Okay, save it. Okay, and let me remove this one. Okay, save it and let me go here. You can see that must value, so there is a problem here, and return, yeah, this is void data type we just set up, so remove this. Now it's fine. Let me change any OTP and rest. You can see that not working. Okay, and if I say what I will do, I will display the proper message like this way. The OTP field is not required, so copy this. Okay, so let me go to the inspect and let me copy this alert. Okay, so let me go and copy this element. Okay, and let me display the proper message. Okay, so let me go and paste it over here, and here I'm going to add new variable that's called like in valid. Okay, and I will, if there is any problem, okay, like OTP is not valid, then I will add invalid equal to like OTP is not valid. Okay, so that means the proper message we are going to display. And if, let me add the conditions. So I will say if block, and let me put inside. Okay, and this variable I'm going to print. Save it. Okay, now let me go here and hit, for example, anything. Then you can see that OTP is not valid. Okay, but what if valid? Okay, so let me enter from the my phone. So you can see that proper message we displayed over here, and let me add with the valid. Okay, 74 and 727. Okay, and if I click on verify, okay, then I forgot one thing. Once that verified, then just not redirect, because you can see that in the middleware. So let me go here, we are checking 2FA session, so I also need to create the session variable over here. So I will say session, and then I will create 2FA session and make it true. Okay, save it. So that means session is created, and then middleware will allow to access. Okay, so let me go here, and now let me enter the valid code. Okay, so 3610, click on verify. Now you can see that two-factor authentication is verified, and you can access all the pages. And also one thing, right now I just added 2FA for only for dashboard, but you can also add for the profile setting, password and appearance for all. Okay, so that means when new user will register, it force redirect to the, you can also do force redirect to the 2FA, but right now it's optional, and I just keep when you're going settings and just enable, then and then it will be a enable. Okay, so I hope guys you understand how easily we can set up Google two-factor authentication with Laravel 12 starter kit. If you like this video, then please share with your friends, subscribe me, and thank you so much for watching guys. See you in the next video.